TOMz. Dumelang all you amazing South Africans, and welcome to another exciting episode at TOMz. Honamoho SABC 1 Mzansi for sure. Proudly brought to you by SABC Education.
My name is Caddy and I'm on this one TOMz. This is TOMz, and this is a show that brings you the latest science and tech. So we're going to be looking at the inner workings of light. Light and our ability to see is something we take for granted because it's something we are used to. So I'm trying to talk about mankind's fascination with the light.
How are we manipulating and harnessing light? And some amazing technologies Mzansi are using with light, and we're also going to teach you things that you didn't know about light.
That being said, let's start at the show.
Yes.
Let's see what we have for you guys on today's episode.
Lasers are awesome. Rituta about laser light, how South Africans are using them to entertain the masses. Rituta how our brains can put pieces of light together. Learn how astronomers can look at the light of a star to discover what the star is made of. Check out these cool applications: star lighting techniques, calculations, image editing. How do we make lights? Rechakela a lighting manufacturing company Mzansi some more. When did street lights come to South Africa? We look at the evolution of lighting and lamps. And as always, the experts tips and advice on future careers.
When did the first street lights appear, Mzansi? How do we see light? And what is it that we are actually seeing? What is light really? And what are the cool things that's going to light? Sambile Sabuza, you guys to educate us about the science of light. Let's go check that out.
I think it's a mechanism that makes things like visible.
Light into esikhanyisa ngayo ukuze sibone kahle mangabe kumnyama nje.
Interpreter ukuthi uma kune lights usheshe ubone into ofuna ukuyibona.
The thing we're able to see clearly.
Makumnyama ngeke ukhona ukubona ilight ingekho.
The beauty of things.
Ilight isiza ukuthi sisheshe sibone yonke into.
Kodwa ilight isincedisa uba sikwazi uba senze izinto zethu sibona ngaphandle bakwenzekani.
If ever there is a car ebusuku ihamba ingana light ngeke ukwazi ukubona ngithi ngoba uzogcina isishayisa imoto engaphambili ihamba phambi kwayo.
I think in Joburg. Here in Joburg.
I don't know when the first street light was installed in South Africa.
Kangas.
I get to say Lona. I get to install again.
Laser emits light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. If landing the laser in different kinds of technologies, CD player, surgical tools, dental drills, a leading metal cutting machine.
A laser device is a machine that makes an amplified single color source of light. The beam of the light doesn't get weaker or wider like any other sources of light do. So how exactly do they work?
And how are South Africans using laser lights? LaserX, one of the biggest companies study laser mo continent in Rona, who more about their live LaserX.
Let's go check it out.
My name is Troy Bentley. I own a company called LaserX, and we are Africa's leading laser light show company. We used to use lasers that weighed 180 kilos, take 4 people to pick them up and put them on site. Nowadays, you'll see just now the lasers are small, compact, one person can carry them, put it down, and do a laser show. It's all based on diodes, laser diodes, which is very similar to a LED. And it's a combination of a red, a green and a blue to give us a white light laser. At this, your logo, we digitized the individual images. The one in the middle takes a considerable amount of time to create a 3D object like that that can move and change. This took about a day to create. Desk in front of me here is used mainly for live show production, where you have quick control over all the image libraries and the effects that are available to create the best possible effect with the music that's being played on cue without being late. At the moment I'm simply going through different pre-programmed effects that have been created by us. When we were asked if we could participate with the mountain projection of Madiba, we sat and digitized all the different frames that had been given to us of his face and the text that was relevant, all on the same control software that we're using here, and then sent it down to Cape Town with the equipment in one vehicle. It's a single-phase PowerPoint, no fancy generators or anything like that. We parked on the side of the mountain with the police around us so that no one would cause us any trouble, and we projected straight up onto the mountain. The image was about 800 meters wide, and we were a kilometer away from the mountain itself. For digitizing Madiba's face, we take in a background image of Madiba, and then we go and take our mouse and we do it point by point all the way around the image that is as a background image to get the perfect image of Madiba's face. A laser is a point light source. It's a single beam. To get it to do that, the beam is mechanically moved by two small mirrors. Each mirror is about 5 by 7 millimeters and it's moving at about 30,000 points per second to create that image. That's why you can see a slight flicker, but it's clear. It's clear.
The laser di fumana in different applications and devices, jwalo ka di printer, the DVD player, barcode scanners, and surgical equipment.
Scientist Mzansi from the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research recently developed the world's first ever digital laser that made waves in the community of our scientists.
Woza Baba, do you know your legends? Well, let's go find out.
Oh, I have no idea. Oh no, I don't know.
The guy's name is Sandile Ngobo. He was the first black South African to develop the digital laser.
Usandile Ngobo's experimental work at CSIR led to the development of the world's first digital laser. With traditional laser, the beam is shaped inside a box with two mirrors, and the curvature of the mirrors determine the size and shape of the beam. If a different shaped beam beyidingeka for a job, the mirrors had to be replaced phakathi kwe-laser. Lokho kuyi-process ebizayo. Umsebenzi kaNgcobo uyabonisa ukuthi kuyakhoneka to alter the beam from inside the laser by replacing one of the mirrors in a computer interface. The size and shape of your beam can be controlled digitally, and one device ingasebenziswa for different jobs. A legendary invention by a legendary South African.
Harukutartole wants some cool ways telling or the scientists di sebedisa light or one of Twitter about the universe. Iblaning hapertole wants how lighting equipment is made. Mzansi. The human brain is amazing. See how it can put colored dots together to form picture. The astronomers sebedisa light to see what stars are made of and discover how lighting equipment is made in South Africa. All this and more coming up after the break.
As we have a fair to with today's episode, and we bring you more Konalago TOMz, proudly sponsored by SABC Education. Konalago SABC 1, Mzansi for show.
What are some cool ways that people are using, manipulating, and harnessing light?
On today's show, lights, and how lighting the world has evolved.
Laser lights, and we're also going to see how different lights are made.
If you guys want to chat with us, go onto our Facebook and Twitter page and leave us a comment saying hello.
So for now, let's go see what's still to come.
Let's go get him.
Only a small fraction of all the light in the universe. And discover how we can see what a star is made of by looking at its light.
Light is energy. Light is nature's way of transferring light through space. We need light in order for us to be able to see because light carries information from the world to our eyes and to our brains. These cool facts about light.
Earth is light from the sun. Light travels at a rapid pace. In a vacuum, the speed of light is nearly 300,000 kilometers per second. About 8 minutes for light. That means when you watch the sunrise, you're actually seeing 8 minutes into the past. Act together extraordinary things happen in perception. For instance, the movie are really just sequences of still pictures put together in such a way that it tricks your brain into seeing continuous movement. Magazine are in fact tiny little dots. A magazine printing press can usually only print 4 colors: cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. Create colors by putting these colored dots together. So how do people make lights in everyday life? South African light manufacturing company. Take a look.
My name is Jose Lorero. My career job is an industrial designer. Most of the products that we manufacture here are light fittings, from streets to indoors to shopping centers. This product that we're going to eventually show you, it is an LED street light fitting. In LED, the most important thing is to look after their lifespan, and they don't like heat. They produce a lot of heat. So you would now see heat sinks. This is to extract the heat from the LED and prolong their life. After the design, as we've been showing you and discussing, it will go to the foundry. From the foundry, it goes to the assembly.
Steven Pindela. Olana sibizi casting lento esiyenza la. Sikhawuma indlela lana siuthelela, and then after lokho ku iyawoma ngaphakathi. Mayiseyi yomile sibizi casting. Oku njengoba sivulile kanje sifuna ithi kuba dry kancinci. And then ingakhona ukusala ngapha izokhona ukuphusheka iphume la emjinini. Asiyayichecka ukuthi manje njengoba iphume emjinini i-right complete, and then siyayibeka lana i-right.
Hello, my name is Keith. This casting is called the Lumnia body. When it comes from the casting, it comes to the bandsaw. What we do here is we cut the runner off like this. On the other side, we do the same thing. But you have to be very careful how you cut, because this thing is dangerous. You can cut yourself. Reason why I cut the runner off and make it clear here is when it goes to the next stage, which is the grinding department. They will show you there how it is grind.
Mina igama lami nguFrancis. Ngiyaphorisha la, ngiyagrinda la, igrinda le engigrindayo. Ngiyaphorisha ukuthi lensimbi le ngifuna ibe smooth, ngifuna ibe right.
My name is Norman. I am the programmer of the machine. This machine is a CNC programming machine. What it basically does, you program the coordinates into the machine, and then it will follow the instructions as been given to the machine. We're basically using this machine for drilling fittings, different type of fittings that we manufacture at the company. Like, say for instance, where we have to drill in holes where lamp holders have to fit in. The machine does everything on itself, so it will have less human errors that's going to happen on the machine. Now I'm putting in a specific type of fitting that requires a specific type of drilling. So let's check what's happening on it. Now I'm setting in the program of the machine, as you guys can see. I just need to pull this back and go on to the programming. As you can see, there's the programming. And now I'm just instructing the machine which program I want. So that will be 0031. Now the program has been set in, as you can see there. Program, there's the program number. And now I just need to push the start button. The liquid is to cool down the drilling, so because there's a friction. As you can see, these are the type of different holes that's been drilled onto the fitting. So you'll see when you move to the next step, it's where you'll see where the glass, they call it, the glass fitting will come over here. So those holes will then fit onto that LED light.
That's our new Lumina night. I've already put everything in, the controllers and LEDs and everything. I'm busy to testing it, it's working, and now it's ready to go.
White light is actually made up of all the colors that you tholang ka mohara a rainbow. Iblaling re khona ho bona all of these colors how white light e feta through a prism. Hona janong a re samerlo bona hore di astronomers tsona di sebedisa jwang this principle and the fact that the element di khona ho absorb light to tell what stars are actually made of. Take a look. Light is an electromagnetic radiation, and the light that humans can see form part of the electromagnetic spectrum. This spectrum contains a lot of light, jwalo ka di gamma rays, X-rays, ultraviolet, and infrared. The scientists sebedisa special instruments on the spectrographs to separate white light into different colors. When astronomers pass the light of a star through a spectrograph, they can see the spectrum of a star. The spectrum looks like a regular rainbow of colors, except that tsona di container di light is dark. Each element in the universe can absorb the light of a particular color or frequency. If that element is in the atmosphere of a star, the atoms certain ditla absorb the light of that color and produce a dark light. Ka tsela eo re kgona ho bona helo re star se na le a certain element and figure out what it is made of.
When we come back, we ask the guys from LaserX to show us some cool laser effects. That's why we get some career tips and advice. So Ninga and Dao, stay tuned.
The street lights defeat learning mona mo South Africa. See the evolution of lighting in South Africa le mo lefatsheng kaofela. Di utlwa re bontsha some cool lighting applications for the smartphones tsa rona and see some more awesome laser shows. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
TOMz.
On social media, TOMz moho SABC 1 Mzansi for sure. Proudly brought to you by SABC Education. Ibile ka chekulena rituta ka the wonderful workings of light.
Namhlanje sithola kabanzi about the things that we take for granted every day ukuthi zingaba so exciting kanjani if you actually understand how they work. Our ability to see, use and manipulate light has actually pushed human race to discover and make these cool, amazing lighting technologies.
Kacheko so far ritutile ka the laser light and the awesome effects it can create. Relevant to hape ka mogwelong the astronomers tona di kgona go sheba light e tswang ka mogara star ebile gape ba kgona go ithuta le ka the elements le ngore di teng ka mogara star seo.
So Sambile sevakashela a light manufacturing company ukubona ukuthi ama lights are different ayenziwa kanjani, but there's still more to come, so let's go take a look.
Rithuta ka the evolution of lighting in South Africa and the world. Check out some cool lighting apps for your phone. Ebe re bona some more laser lights. Let's go if you guys want to chat with us, like on Facebook, like on Twitter, and don't forget to leave us your comments.
When mankind first created fire, the fascination of creating and harnessing light was born. Amalemza was the first technologies to be created in the early days of civilization. And Amalemza was before the invention of electricity.
The evolution of light.
Let's go.
The first lamp was around 70,000 BC. A hollow rock or shell was filled with moss or a similar material that was soaked in mafuta welwane and then ignited. Wicks were later added to control the rate of burning. In 1859, drilling for petroleum oil yaqala and the kerosene lamp grew popular. Electric lighting was developed ekupheleni kwe 19th century. The incandescent lamp, developed by many inventors, yaba commercially popular in 1879. Sibonga Thomas Edison. Ikimbali bekuyidolobha lokuqala la eAfrica to install electric street lights in 1882. Kulowo nyaka ofanayo, electric lights were used by the Cape Colonial Parliament. Igolide was discovered at Witwatersrand in 1886. Yona yathola its first electric lighting plant 3 years later.
Rukupile the guys back on LaserX who wants some amazing laser light projections. Ibile hape ra ba botsa ntwe tse leng gore di interesting about the laser lights and safety I think. So check it out.
This one we call it an LED suit. We normally use it for dancers. We use the motion for it to come on. The more you move, the more it comes on. If you turn like this, you can see that all the lights they come on. If you stop, then it just switches off.
This is a safe unit to wear. There's no health hazards to wearing a light suit. There's nothing at all. It's completely safe. This little box controls our light suit. We've got a little blue light over here that's flashing that basically tells us that it's alive. Also, we've got various other lights that indicate battery power and that other functions are working. These two plugs control the legs of the suit. You can see there's various LEDs here. We've got about 10 to 12 meters of LED running on it.
Most of the times when the dancers hire the suits, they always hire the laser fingers. They also add effects when they're dancing. The laser fingers, they've got a switch, just a normal switch, on and off. Then you just spray with your fingers like.
Ungadlala laser lights on your smartphone by downloading the LaserLights app. This app will put an awesome light show at your fingertips. You can just touch the screen and enjoy. Ungathola ama hologram effects, ama interaction ahlukile, visual modes and awesome graphics. Mengabe you are more into the electrical side of lighting, then iPower Calc eyakho. Le app performs basic electrical power calculations with watts, amps, volts and motor power factor. It sebenza with any voltage in any country.
It's that time again, Bafetsu.
What time?
It's time for Social Session, where we chat to you guys via our social network. So if you're nathi about today's show, all you gotta do is go on Facebook and on Twitter. Miss Twitter and Facebook in.
I've got Uwitumela on Facebook. Utukabanguti, the science of light is so amazing. Koto, she can't stand any form of bright light. Ngoba imlimaza amehlo. Futhi imenza ukuthi akule. Oh boy, Tumela.
Well, abantu abaningi are sensitive to the light, and abo doctor babiza lento le is sensitivity photophobia. Abantu with light eyes are more prone to suffer from photophobia, and abantu with dark eyes can get it as well because it's caused by so many things, from concussions, dry eyes, glaucoma, and sunburns.
Well, the best thing ongayenza ukuthi uvakashele an optometrist ngoba eye problems are extremely common in humans today. So you don't need to feel ashamed or weird about it.
Going on Twitter, we've got Uloyd, who wants to say hi to his friends Tabiso and Zinzi, and he thinks that TOMz is the coolest show on TV. Thanks, dude, you rock. And then going on Facebook, we've got Uraja, who's saying he thinks that lasers are dope and he would like to work with lasers one day. Well, Raja, to make this happen, let's find out. Check this out.
To become a laser technician in this country is pretty hard. There's no formal training facility for lasers anywhere. The closest that you get is a theatre course, which you can do at Pretoria or at Durban Technikon. The requirements for a good laser technician, primarily for us, is honesty and integrity. Secondly to that would then be a good technical knowledge of electronics and computers. The rest of it can pretty much be taught.
To all the kids and students out there that wants to follow this type of career, the following is necessary. You need to get yourself to FET college, whereby they will want your matric. The subjects that they will require from you is maths, science, drawing. So basically, it's to say that in this field, it's not difficult. It's a very unique field. It's not common. As we all know that we are struggling with this type of engineering because we get less guys that's doing engineering and moving towards programming, computer programming. But engineering is a very good field as well. If you know your drawings well and you know your maths and your science, you won't have any different types of difficulties in this field.
Hey, loro o batla more information e shebane le di-future careers tsa the science of light wa o sa re checkele ko www.tomz.co.za.
Before we sign out, Bafetsu, assignment to pegana my highlights on today's episode. Let's go.
Laser lights. Those guys from LaserX one of the biggest laser light companies mo Africa. We celebrated our South African legend for today, CSIR scientist Sandile Ngcobo o ileng hore yena o developile the world's first digital laser. Re checketse a lighting manufacturing company hona mona mo Mzansi ho bona hore lighting products tsona ba di etsa jwang. Re lebantse how astronomers can use our knowledge of the electromagnetic spectrum hore ba kgone hore jwetsa hore star sona se entswe ka eng by separating the light it produces, and we got some cool career advice from our experts on today's show. For more information, check out www.tomz.co.za, and remember to catch us on Facebook and on Twitter.
We'll see you guys next time on our next fresh episode, your TOMZ, brought to you by SABC Education.
SABC 1 Mzansi for sure. Next time on TOMz.
Kamu Caddy, myself, and Tammy take you flying. Check out some cool flight simulator apps for your phone.
And see how pilots fly airplanes.
Watch TOMz every Monday and Tuesday at 4, only here on SABC 1
Mzansi for sure.